Hello, welcome back to my channel. Here we awaken, inspire, motivate, and heal. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell if you'd like to be notified when I post more videos. And just so you guys know, that does not just mean here on YouTube. I actually have an entire personal brand that I am launching, which is That's on My 420, and all of my stuff is on that'sonlife420.com. So my stuff is kind of sorted, like my designs specifically are That's on Life designs. That's that brand. But I am an artist and a writer. I am actually a published author, and pretty soon here I'm working on getting my spiritual advice monetized. That will be on Fiverr, and I will let you guys know when that is up and ready to go. Today we are talking about the art of creation, which ties into a little bit of an unexpected topic, but I'm excited to dive into it because I don't feel like this is talked about enough. So when it comes to art in general, it's really a free expression of your soul, right? Like there's an infinite amount of ways that you can create art and express yourself and contribute to society and evolution in a very, very cool way. It all kind of meshes together and gets re-expressed over and over and over again. I don't know if you guys have heard of the book Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, but I got my hands on that book when I was about 18 and devoured it, and I've read it probably at least 50 times. I love that book so much. There's actually 3 parts to it, and he also has another one, Newspaper Blackout, that I know of, and I'm not sure if he has any more, but that author is absolutely incredible. He has put a very, very cool twist on what it means to be an artist, and I highly support him and his work. He talks about how you should be crediting art when you're specifically using it or stealing it, but all art is stolen, right, from somewhere. Even if you don't know the original source, all art is stolen and regurgitated over and over and over again in hundreds of thousands of ways, and that is a beautiful thing. I am so happy to be a part of this planet and being able to be a part of creation in that type of way, to be able to share my art and decide that my art can be this way one day, or it can morph, or I can share my artistic expression through hundreds of different methods and mediums. And I am a mixed medium, so you guys are aware I do create digital arts that you can buy and print on anything, and I do mean anything. There's 2 tiers when you go to buy the artwork. So there's the first tier, which is just the JPEG and the PNG, but you can upgrade to get PDF and SVG, which also comes with the JPEG and the PNG, and that is to print larger. But that is what I do. This is the one that I just designed today. So if you guys like that, it will be in the description box to be able to purchase those files. So let's kind of get into how this talks about, I've tied this into natural burials because I think it's an important thing that everybody hasn't really noticed. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's hundreds of thousands of ways that we have been asleep, silenced, hushed, and just fooled, period. Right now there's a massive awakening going on the planet where people are starting to wake up to what is really going on, what is really happening, what they've been hiding from us when the whole system or the matrix was created, how there's all sorts of different things that was done under the rug and just kind of lied to our parents, and then it just went on through the generations that they taught us. They didn't know that they were teaching us lies. They didn't know that their parents taught them lies. The corruption is so deep, it's insane. But unless you're spiritually awakening and your third eye is opening, you're not going to see it or even quite understand it. It's going to come off a little bit crazy, a little bit woo-woo, a little bit tinfoil hat like. But anyway, it's something I have been awakened to, or I have noticed, is the fact that when it comes to burials, there is two options, and typically two mainstream options only that is talked about, which is, would you like to be embalmed and sealed in a casket and put in the ground, or would you like to be cremated or burned until there's absolutely nothing left but ashes? The problem with these two methods are that the nutrients that you are taking from the earth and consuming, and that is becoming you as you grow and as you live here, all the nutrients that is your very body are not going back into the earth when you are embalmed and sealed in a box or cremated. This is super upsetting to me because we are literally all, overpopulation is a problem right now, but it probably wouldn't be that much of a problem if we were all being buried for the last hundreds of thousands of years properly. And don't quote me on the hundreds of thousands of years. I don't actually know how many generations we've been buried like this, but it's a long time, especially when you go and look at old cemeteries and some of the old headstones. They go back. It's probably only so many hundred years, right? But I don't actually know when that is. If you're interested in looking that type of stuff up, I would be very interested to know if you wanted to put it in the comments. At this point, I'm not feeling the urge to look it up and learn about the history on it. My brain wants to dive into the actual problem, right? Which is that we are not being naturally buried. I don't know how we can really all solve this besides just telling the truth, right? Start talking about the truth. What is actually going on and what is happening is that we are sucking the nutrients from the planet and making it unable to go back into the planet, which is a problem, right? Because in many, many different ways, we are destroying the very planet that we are living on, which is a problem. My nose is itchy, you guys, which is just a confirmation, but so I wanted to talk about how it is important that we express ourselves in whatever way that we feel called to. The earth needs our collaborations, our out-of-the-box ideas, our right brain activity. That is very important when it comes to evolution and how the future will play out. Art plays a crucial role in the evolution of our planet, and a lot of people don't realize that, but your art is important. You are given that desire for a reason in order to create things seemingly out of nowhere. It's not coming from nowhere, but it really seems like it does, right? Because we just pulled it out and we don't even realize the different sources sometimes that had played a part in the inspiration of creating your art. But that art mattered when it was created, and your art that builds on top of the previous art, that matters too. All art matters, no matter what it looks like, no matter what form it takes, no matter what mediums you're using. Any of that, all art matters dramatically. And same as the actual art that we are creating, whether it's physical, digital, all these different art forms, Another art form is our actual body itself, the natural creation of the earth, and how our bodies are supposed to go back into the earth so that it can create new life. Like, we are supposed to decay and rot in the ground so that new plants can be birthed and new life can be formed. It's all supposed to circle back through. This is incredibly important, and I'm surprised that not a lot of people are talking about this. In fact, I've never heard anybody else talk about this. I've spoken about this to people, but I've never heard anybody else speaking on it. So I know that this is something I am meant to speak on and shed light on. So yes, if you feel desire to create some sort of art, please do. The planet, the present planet, and the future of the planet will be drastically impacted by your art, whether you realize it or not. And when it comes to how you want to be buried, just think about that. I personally would love to be put in one of the tree pods, I believe that they are called, when you're basically surrounded in like some sort of biodegradable pod, your body is, and then like a tree is growing from your remains. That is what I would like to happen. I do not want to be embalmed. Do not be draining the fluids of my body. Those are meant to go back into the earth. Do not be filling my body with chemicals so that I do not decay or whatever, you guys. Decay is part of life. It's just the end of the cycle. And if you believe anything like what I believe in reincarnation. I believe that no life truly dies. It's just the vessel. This is not who we are. This is a temporary thing that our body is using in order to be here at this time, but that doesn't mean that you cease to exist when your body dies. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be treating our bodies with as much love, care, and respect as possible, because when the body dies at this time, life as you know it ceases to exist. Like, yes, I believe in reincarnation, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna not be reborn to completely different families, maybe completely different sides of the world, possibly into a different race, religion, gender, a complete new identity, and the past pretty much gets completely wiped unless you are spiritually one enough to be able to remember into the past like that, which everything in society is very, it's about separating you with your true self, separating you from other humans, right? It's all about separation, divide and conquer, so that the matrix and the system continues to run and people continue to be insecure, unsure of who they are, not in touch with themselves. They want people to continue to consume in order to fill this void that will never be filled with just consuming things that they show us that is going to make us happy, or do this or do that, or be the problem solver of all of our pain points. It's not like that. We really, the only way out is in order to truly be free in the world, the way the planet is currently set up. You need to look within and realize that shit, I am extremely powerful. I'm connected to every single planet or person on this planet, and everything I do today matters in the evolution of our planet. It truly does. Even if you don't see the impact, the impact that you make on this while you are alive on this planet is going to drastically impact the future. And I'm talking every single human, for the good or the bad. You have your hands in the clay because you exist here, let alone the fact that you just exist here on multiple different planes of dimensions. That just makes it even more layered, and that your hands are even more in the clay than you even realize. Your existence matters, your art matters, and when you die, what happens to your body also matters, because the future of our planet is at stake, and it's time that we take our power back and stop letting them trick us. My words are all twisted because I feel like somebody's really, like, darker forces are really not wanting me to get the message out, or at least not get it out clearly. And it's itching again, so it's confirmation. But yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope you guys find this video useful, and I will speak to you guys soon. Hope you are having a great day or night, wherever you are in the world. And I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.